Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Happy Saturday. This is episode number 74, and in today's episode we are going to start off with some SBCs and then move our way into the first few games of the Weekend League with our new squad right here, which is of course featuring Roberto Carlos and Paulinho. If you do enjoy, do me a massive favour. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's go for 3,000 likes on this Saturday. And of course, if you can subscribe to the channel if you're new, click in the notification bell to become part of that squad. That would be pretty awesome as well. So, I have 3 icons in my team. I'm really happy about that. So, of course, we're going to try out a new formation in the Weekend League today. You can see the stuff that eventually sold, leaving me up with 180,000 coins. And then we can go ahead and think about some of the other SBCs that were out. Just little puzzle ones which are going to offer a pack like the Libertadores SBC was out, and that gives us a 25k pack. I'll happily do that, risk it for the biscuit. And then we've got marquee matchups, marquee moments. I also want the Poland kit, whatever the Poland SBC kit was. I think it actually looked pretty cool. So I was like, yeah, I definitely want that for my team this weekend. So from the 25k pack, we don't actually get anything amazing, but we can't complain too much because my rewards the other day weren't actually too shabby. Considering I got literally boards from every single pack, at least, was all right. You know, I kind of take that some weeks considering how bad my rewards have been lately. So it's the Poland Independence Day kit. That's the one I wanted. So I stuck 11 players in. I always think it's a bit expensive to ask for 11 players for a kit. But when it looks like this and it's got a gigantic like eagle on it, I'm like, hell yeah. It's got a crown as well. I'm definitely wearing that one, and I'll actually put it as my home kit in a moment, so that we can rock that during our Weekend League experience. Some marquee matchups came around, and I don't know, I feel like it was another one of those meh marquee matchups where some of the packs that were offered out weren't amazing, but you do of course get a 25k pack, like a premium gold players pack, and I think the overall reward is a prime gold players pack. So at least there's a couple of packs that you never know what you could potentially get stuff from it. And actually I saw loads of people on Twitter from the 25k pack from the Manchester City Chelsea SBC, that particular pack, I saw loads of people getting, 1, loads of blues in it, so like the UCL players, and 2, loads of people seem to be getting walkouts from it. So I was pretty hopeful actually from marquee matchups, and then knowing that we've got a prime gold players pack as well, that's always quite a good thing. So we start with just a gold players pack, I think it was, or just a random gold pack. Nothing exciting. And in this pack, we get ourselves Luke Shaw. So, you know what? At least it's an 81. It's a left back. English, Prem, might be worth something, or I could use him for an SBC. I'm sure I'll do that at some point in time. But we actually have, in terms of first owner left backs from the Prem, I've got a Red Chilwell, I believe. So I've never really used Luke Shaw over him. I would just probably use the Red Chilwell that I've got should we need first owner stuff going forwards. Next pack is also not very good, so we move on straight away, and we actually get a non-rare from the next pack, but that was kind of to be expected because I think this was a small Electrum players pack or something. So we take a little look at it, and yeah, so the one rare that we got in that pack was just going to be a silver, probably worth more than a rare gold anyway. So then we come to the 25k pack. Are we going to get anything good from this? Unfortunately not. We're going to get ourselves Troy Deeney from a 25k pack. What? Come on. Give me something better than that, game. Okay, it is what it is. You know, there are 10 players there that aren't duplicates, and we can add to the club that will be useful going forwards. And then the Prime Gold Players pack. The creme de la creme of this SBC. We also get absolutely nothing. So marquee matchups, unfortunately for me this week, was a bit of a bust. I mean, we get Jamie Vardy. He's worth like 1.8k because everyone's got a player of the month version of him, right? So nobody needs this particular version. So yeah, we've all literally got a purple one sat in our clubs. But yeah, you know what? It is what it is. So I then decided to do, I promised you guys like 4 gold upgrade packs. Because I owed it to you for rage quitting in Division Rivals for the icon swap objectives that I got done, obviously, for yesterday's episode. So I had 4 two-player packs to open here, and we can always hope that we can get something from them, right? So Just 2 players, both of them rare. They don't have a minimum rating. They don't have anything like that, but we can hope to at least see the slow-moving pack, which would mean boards or a walkout. And from the first one, we get absolutely nothing. None of that slowness going on. It's just speedy. And we get Fedsa, and that's just not a good 2-player pack, is it? You submit 11 players, and the best thing that comes out of it is Fedsa. 278 rated. We can definitely hope for better than that going forwards. And I think we are actually going to get boards from this second pack right here, if I do remember correctly. Yes, we are. Unfortunately, it's not a walkout. It is just a board player. It's going to be a Chilean centre mid from Bayer Leverkusen, which of course is Aranguiz. When you see the Chile flag pop up, I guess you think Vidal, but I don't know if Vidal's actually a centre mid or whether or not he's a default. I got a feeling he's a CDM. So I guess at that point you know. And then Kieran Trippier, an Englishman from a different league. That's actually not a bad pack at all. Can we get boards or a walkout from pack number 3 out of 4? We can. This time it's going to be just board once again. It's going to be Spanish goalkeeper. That's right. We get Iker Casillas for the 1 billionth time on this series. And I thought to myself, oh no, I've got a duplicate untradeable 83 there. That's a shame. Both the players were tradable in that pack, but it turns out Casillas was actually a tradable duplicate. Like I could send the other one up to the transfer list, so we'll at least get 1,500 coins for him. Get in. That is well worth it. And then the final pack. Can we get boards or a walkout? No, it is just not going to be that great. So this time around, the 2-player packs weren't anything special. Hopefully there is some cool promo players or something new coming at some point soon, so that we have, you know, good players to potentially get in these packs. And then the Strakosha was actually a duplicate as well, but we could send him to the transfer list. So Marquee Moments was there as well for another 2 rare gold players pack, but this one of course will be tradable, so we can get rid of some bronzes just to basically you're swapping out some bronze players for a chance of getting a couple of good gold ones. And as you can see, it's moving way too fast once again. So the pack, like in today's episode, has not been great. We get James Maddison, a perfect link to the Jamie Vardy that we packed earlier on in this episode. But yeah, that is what it is in terms of packs for today. So there were a few SBCs there. I kind of hoped that maybe we would get something of note, but we didn't. You know what? We move on. There will be other packs at other times and we can get something good. So the team is pretty much ready, I would say, for its debut into the weekend league. So it's time to head on into FUT Champions. And the first opponent that I get matched up against has got a couple of red players from the Prem. One's Pulisic and the other one is, of course, Fabinho. That's quite a nice one. I'd have been pretty happy to get an 86 Fabinho at some point. But he's got Vardy, he's got Rashford, he's got Pogba, some decent players in there. So you never know. He could be a half-decent player. But we get through after 4 minutes and score the goal. And we go 1-0 up. And that is Neymar. And the ball through, I think, was maybe from Garrincha. So, of course, we're trying out the 4-2-3-1 here today. We get through a Garrincha here and get a very lucky second goal to go 2-0 up. Like, I just tried to finesse it. I'm not really sure why I did that. It got saved, parried out, and we head the ball into the back of the net. And we're going to pick the ball up here. Paulinho intercepting well, knocking it into Garrincha, finessing it, gets blocked straight to Neymar, and I make that 3-0. And you can see why the opponent at that point decides that he's out of here. A couple of my goals there were super lucky. And this guy was actually quite good on the ball. Like, he was passing around nicely. I felt a little bit suspect in defence whenever he was pushing forwards, but I don't think I actually let him take a shot on goal. I don't think so anyway. No, but yeah, I didn't think that game really should have been a 3-0 rage quit after 27 minutes. That felt a little bit harsh to my opponent, but we were very thankful for that because that is first win of the weekend league. Of course, nice and motivational to go forward. So my next opponent, again, has a pretty nice squad. He's got some cool SBC players in there. He's got some other good informs like that. McGinn from this week's Team of the Week looks like a really solid midfielder, and I expect to come up against him a few times, actually, with how good his stats look, and his actual price isn't that bad. So we get a goal with Garrincha. I think maybe playing him at central cam as opposed to a striker alongside Neymar might have been for the best. This new 4-2-3-1 that we're playing, I get off to a really good start with it. I've the games in today's episode, I enjoyed playing. Like, the servers were pretty terrible. This was at not peak time on Friday. So this was like anywhere between about 1 and 2:30 p.m. on Friday that I got today's episode's games done. And So that's not peak time, you know. A lot of people are still at school or at work, but for some reason, yeah, they didn't feel very good. And I was just riding that storm fairly well. I was able to score some goals. For some reason, I was able to get past my opponent's defenders. I was able to walk through, almost as though, like, when I look back at this and the way that my opponents are trying to tackle, I'm just like, you know what? I think they're also experiencing some pretty bad delay. But I will definitely take the goals. You know, we're scoring left, right and centre with Garrincha right now. And I think central cam, it really tires him out. He's got 84 stamina. But that central cam in a 4-2-3-1, that player runs around a lot. So if they're on the ball a lot as well, they are seriously getting tired. That stamina is going to deplete nice and fast. But yeah, like he's been fantastic. If I slow my play down a little bit and utilise the LB dribbling with him and with Neymar and with Griezmann and stuff, then of course I've got some players that can really weave in and out of defenders, and of course I've got some different passing outlets, because in the 4-4-2 I have those two wide players, I have my midfielders which I basically tell to stay back, so my two strikers are super isolated. Now it is the best formation that I've used this year, 4-4-2. It's the one that I've got along with most. Lovely dribbling and beautiful goal, by the way, from Garrincha. But the 4-2-3-1 was my bread and butter last year. You know, having the two CDMs just sit back, but then when you're going forwards, you've got the central cam who could be on the ball. He can distribute that left, he can distribute it right, or he can work with the attacker. I think that I'm going to hopefully stick with this one for a little while longer. It is new to me, but it's pretty awesome at the moment. The 4-2-3-1 is working for me. Garrincha is playing amazingly. I've almost like I've unlocked him, you know. For some reason I was using this lone version who didn't have as good stats, and now we're playing him in this position, central cam in a 4-2-3-1. It feels like I finally unlocked the proper version that I should be using. So that's the best way that I can possibly describe it. We actually stick the ball through the legs of the defender there, and then just slow it down, weaving that ball in and out, and then sticking it in the back of the net. It was working a treat. So we're 5-1 up in this game, and my opponent gets a red card, and I'm like, surely this is that moment where he's just going to dashboard, so he doesn't take the red, and you know, he's already 5-1 down. But no, he carried on playing, and he actually scored the next goal in the match. He sweats it across to Zaha, but that's the smart play in that situation. So I guess he thought maybe he was getting back into it. So I decided to just score on him again. You know, look at this play here, and then Neymar with the strike into the far corner, and we go 6-2 up. And at this point is when he decides to quit, and he should have just dashboarded really, because then he wouldn't have got the red card on his Guardiola. But yeah, it is what it is. We will take a 6-2 win, and we will take a 3-0, 2-0. What are we at right now? Let's have a little look. We're at 3 wins and 0 losses in the weekend league. And then I come up against my first Ronaldo of the weekend. And also Mertens, Dybala, Insigne, second in Form 9 Golan. This guy had a solid team. I think we go 1-0 up here. I knock the ball into Garrincha, get very lucky with the ball just like dropping back to him again. But we stick the ball in the back of the net with the follow-up shot. So 9 minutes on the clock. We are 1-0 up. But I get kick-offed here. He runs through with Ronaldo. You know what? He gets the ball back after trying to knock it in. My defender basically handed him the ball back. So 2 super lucky goals there. Mine was lucky, his was lucky. And then he gets through again just a few moments later. And look at this. Ronaldo escapes the defender, hits the shot off the post. And then the 2-star weak foot of Dybala is, of course, going to still be able to stick that one in the back of the net, because there's no one to stop it from going in. And then I wanted to show you some of the shots that I had in the second half. Some of which I think, agreeably, shouldn't have gone in. Some of which I was very disappointed. Like this from Garrincha. I don't know why he skies that ball. I can't wait for the patch for the shooting to be hopefully fixed. And then that with Neymar. That's just a poor shot from me. Easy save from the keeper. 4-star weak foot on Garrincha there. I feel like that should probably be going on target at least. Not going wide of the post. And then this one from Bale. It's an effort that maybe shouldn't have gone in, but yeah, it just felt unlucky to hit the post right there. And then that one from Neymar, again, everything just was going wide or off target, and I don't know how or why that was happening. So late game here, we're 2-1 down. I'm not giving up though. So I decide to to go and have a little look at my game plan and change the attacking game plan to hopefully give me some extra clout for the next few minutes. So we change it to like really high depth, fast build up, constant pressure, loads of players in the box. So we're basically just going to flood my opponent. I might as well lose 3-1 if I'm going to lose 2-1, right? And at least try and get this goal. So my opponent's got the corner. He whips it in. Good punch out from ter Stegen. Jamie Vardy's got to win the header here, which he does. And Garrincha's going forwards. Look at the run from Griezmann. I just loft that ball over, and we are one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Antoine Griezmann is a big game player. He is composed in the final third and has scored us an equaliser in the 86th minute, which is going to, of course, hopefully take this one to extra time. And I deserved that. Look at the stats here. I had 12 shots in this game, only 7 on target, but we'd outdone our opponents on shots, and I felt like I deserved this game. 113th minute, get that ball to Griezmann. This guy is a really big game player. I started to love him. So at this point, I'd actually moved Garrincha out wide and Griezmann into the middle because they were both tired, but Griezmann had a little bit more left in the tank. And then, as you can see here, super sub Jamie Vardy has a wide cam. I guess my opponent started to push forward a bit to try and get the goal back. But, you know, what happens when that happens is you have less people in defence or a higher line, easier to get through. And we just countered it and hit him on the break to make it 4-2 and get that 4th win. And I was buzzing because in the 86th minute, I was still 2-1 down. So we really dug in there and got a nice, well-fought victory that I think I really deserved. So far, this formation is amazing. So far, Roberto Carlos is awesome. So far, Garrincha, Paulinho are outstanding. I'm really enjoying them right now. It's obviously I've just won 4 games, so that's part of the reason why I'm motivated and enjoying this squad at the moment. But if they're doing the right things, even in pretty terrible gameplay, it wasn't an amazing experience. I'm not going to lie, playing those games. It felt very heavy and delayed, but we rode that storm pretty well, and we've come away with 4 victories. It's probably the best start to the weekend league we've had in a while. I fully expect to take a couple of L's very soon. I'm sure, the next couple of games I play might even be losses. But what we will do is we'll just, again, try and keep our head, try and get up to that 14 wins as quick as possible. But so far, guys, I recommend the 4-2-3-1. I think it's been playing well for me. Garrincha has been outstanding, really fun to use. Dribbling-wise, is pretty awesome. And then, of course, Neymar up top is just superb. So, it's working for me right now. I'm enjoying it. If you guys have enjoyed the episode, do me a massive favour. Smash that thumbs up. Let's go for 3,000 likes today. That'd be cool. And, of course, you could sub to the channel if you are new. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below. And most importantly, I hope you all have a wonderful day. We're going to have a little special episode of Squad Builder Showdown out for you tonight. So it is a double episode, a double upload day. And then, of course, we'll be back with the Road to Glory again tomorrow. Have a great one, guys. And I will catch you next time. Peace.